Hello everyone, Ian Cold here, and I'm back with another Yandere Devlogs. Yandere is a game I have been working on over the past little while that combines visual novel and pixel art sections. So one of the bugs I fixed was there's a text scroll sound for the text and the dialogue in freeroam, and this was working, this sound was playing for the police officer and for some of the items and things around her and around the statue. But then when you go out right in the world, those NPCs, they don't have that. It doesn't play. And I was really racking my brain because I took a look step by step at all the logic and I thought, okay, they're both doing the same thing. Like it's running that play function, the play sound line, but it's just not playing. And I took a look into it, and what it is that in Godot, the engine I'm using, on the 2D sounds, there's a max distance. So basically that sound is being played from a position in the 2D world, and you can hear that sound for a certain amount of pixels away from it. And I didn't have that set to be high enough, so essentially it was playing from a certain source, but once you get to the other side of a certain road, basically away from the cop, then you can't hear it anymore. So I've now fixed up that distance issue, and now the text scroll sound plays throughout the whole free roam, no problem. The next thing I did this week was I redesigned the itch.io page. So I've been posting regular updates, about monthly updates, to the itch.io page for the project, but I haven't really changed the pictures and the text in a while. So I went and I revisited some of this, and I found that some of these images are from way early in the project. I mean, the image here of the free roam, the image with the building, that was from some of the earlier stages of the project where I only had one building and I only had about 20 grass tiles in the whole of the free roam. I've now completed the free roam, there's a lot more buildings, a lot more fun to be had, and so I've now updated it to this. I've also updated the text and things on the project as well as the background image to make it more visually appealing. So the itch.io page is now updated and looking its best and ready for a launch, hopefully by the end of this month or something around there. Another thing I fixed this week was that in one of the school day dialogues, the teacher goes ... so a dialogue line with an ellipse, and the incorrect sound plays, and then they say incorrect. That was the only one like it, but I think it's interesting why that was still there. So at one point in the project, I had everything set up differently, where I had to set a certain sound the line before, and then it would play on that next line. And that was a little bit troublesome, because I was really having to think, okay, this, then that, and it was just odd. But at a certain point, I changed the order of different things, how it was evaluating things, and now I only put the sound on the line that's going to have that sound play on it, or that emotion on it. So I no longer needed these ... before the incorrect, so it would play on the incorrect. And this was just a relic of the past, but I did make sure to check for everything else like it. Everything like that's now gone from the project, and everything is fully switched over to that new method that just makes a little bit more sense. But I find it kind of interesting to be reminded of, how far the project has come, how much it's changed over the past few months. Another thing I did this week, so I did a very brief live stream of the game on YouTube just to see what it was like, because I haven't really streamed live before. And during that live stream, I found something that's not really a bug, but something that shouldn't be there. So on the piano, there's a little light that's meant to indicate whether the note you're pressing is correct in the song sequence to unlock an item, or whether it's not. But I found out that if you go up to this, the E to interact message still shows up. there's nothing to interact with. If you press E, nothing happens. But the fact that it's there might be a little confusing, and so I've now removed that. So just another little thing, little bits and pieces that I'm finding as I'm playing through the game, and I'm just fixing it up to polish the game up for release. So I just now want to talk about some of the next steps. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be looking to 100% the game, just do some really thorough testing. I've already checked all the endings, but just 100% the game and on a weaker device. So device I'm currently on now is kind of a gaming computer, but I want to play it on a little bit weaker hardware to see if I need to maybe try and optimize anything else or just see how it handles. So I'll be doing that. I'm also going to be gathering the hardware requirements for the game based on what Godot 4 needs to run and the RAM and things that it needs, maybe preparing some advertising materials, stuff like that, and doing a few last minute touch-ups like expanding a couple of dialogue lines, double checking for typos, things like that, little bits and pieces. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I'm Ian Cold. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.